Welcome to episode 54 of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. That is me, Dr. Nupi. Thank you so much for joining me today, be it live or on hashtag replay. Do let me know where you're tuning in from. I've just gone and bloody well broken my bracelet because I was getting so excited with the drums. Anyway, for those of you who don't know me, I am a GP, a family physician in the UK. I'm also a spiritual and transformation life coach, soon to be published author, and I love nothing more than speaking and sharing with as many people as possible the recognition of your whole self-health needs and the impact this can have. So in clinical medicine, I have a very holistic approach. And when I say holistic, I don't mean clanging Buddha bells, even though I love doing all of that, and smudging with incense and stuff. I love doing all of that too. What I really mean by holistic is the whole person, heart-centered care. So it's looking at the mind, the body, and the soul, what those needs are, helping somebody to be aware of that, and also how to recognize when things might be out of balance. Everything's connected, and understanding how to bring them back into alignment, back into balance, and keep them all topped up. How do you do that? The F list, which is something I created post burnout, which was a hideous time 12, 13 years ago, but I wouldn't change it for the world. It was my blessing. It was my awakening to really understanding the whole self-health needs. And that is how my F list was born. It's a framework that I use and have used for the last 10, 11 years of clinical practice, combining this whole person, heart-centered understanding of needs with the disease-based medical model, and combining the two, transformational, essentially. I think the best way to show you how this might feel is through my brand story, which was created by the insanely talented Devon James Stinson, who has just captured the essence, really, of what I do, how I do it, and why. It's my passion, it's my purpose. So, without further ado, Mr. Producer, please may we have the brand story.
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Nupi Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Nupi Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, I've gone all dreamy-eyed. I love that so much. I really do. And it's beautiful because I can hear the birds in the background, and it's just, oh, it's made me all floaty. Anyway, I think it's time to get my amazing guests on today. I think this is their second appearance, because we had you on Supernova Soul Sisters as well. So technically, third appearance with me. Love these guys to bits. I really do. I can't wait to have them on. Oh, right. Without further ado, please come on down, Dr. Jeep and Vanessa.
Hi,
Hey
there!
It's the glittered one.
Noopy the Noopster.
And I would really like to know who on LinkedIn doesn't know who you are and who hasn't felt your essential glitteredness.
Fizzessence.
Fizzessence.
Hashtag Fizzessence. Yes. But you may call me a glittered one. I love that, by the way.
The glittered one. Your glitteredness.
I think this is just gonna go. I think I'm just gonna get giddy pants throughout the whole thing now. Oh, I love you guys to bits, and thank you so much for coming back on.
And we love you. And by the way, you're looking especially beautiful today. Not that you always don't, but you really do. Everything just looks awesome in that intro.
It's
that
fabulous.
That animation is just amazing. What a boy wonder he is.
He is. He really is. And he's just,
wonder.
you know what? The way he's put it all together, and just, it's incredible. It really is.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. And you know what? The he's going to kill me for saying this now, but doesn't even realize or really see how incredibly powerful his own power is with regards tuning in, tapping in, and just creating something like that. It's incredible. And I liken it akin to how I tune into patients' needs or my clients' needs, and just I know what's wrong by looking in their eyes, and I feel it. That's how Devin creates these amazing pieces of art, which I call, it's a piece of heart. This particular one. Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's true. It's the same thing. It's tapping into your potential, your creativity, and just being guided by something higher, I'd say. That's how I see it.
Amen to that. Amen.
Oh, it's so gorgeous to see you both. Thank you again for joining me, and thank you, Jeep, for just making me feel like a zillion dollars as usual.
Well, you are, dear, and I wouldn't blow smoke at you if it wasn't the truth.
I know. Oh, okay, fine. Thank you. That sounded a bit cocky. That sounded a bit sort of, yeah, I know. I don't mean it like that at all. I really don't. I'm very grateful. Thank you. I really
My pleasure, dear.
So, what should we talk about? As you can see, everybody, I rarely plan what it is we're going to talk about. I just much prefer just to go with the flow, and the birds are with us. So,
well, I think we could talk about, and it seems to be an even bigger issue now. We, as you know, we're marriage coaches, marriage and relationship coaches, and we have been for several years. And for the past 5 years, we've been coaching healthcare professionals, which seems to be a segment of society, not just where we are, but where you are in the UK, and really all over the world. It just seems like it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult thing to be in. It's a difficult space to work in, and because of that difficulty, it just seems that places that should be peace and refuge, specifically our personal relationships, aren't anymore. And I think that there's a number of reasons for that, and that just has what you coach, which is help, and you've experienced, which is burnout, and we don't know how to channel that. We don't know how to really be aware of that, and unfortunately, our partners end up getting the how do you say, the wrong end of the stick.
Yeah.
The brunt.
The
That's what
brunt. Yeah.
Yes, it's just communicating that.
Yeah. Yeah. Surely that is just about really being in tune with your needs. And this is the baseline. It's about awareness of how am I? And rather than projecting, it's almost, but I guess it's the ability to tune in to self and then be truthful, be authentic, and be real, as opposed to, yeah, I'm fine. You know, as a man, I get it. It's almost, it's a sign of weakness to admit that I'm not okay, which is huge. And as a woman in medicine, which I know, oh no, we got to keep pushing on. I've got to prove my worth because I'm, you know, this is how it's meant to be. So that all these external pressures, and all it really takes, which is so easy to say, but so difficult to do, is go, step back. You know what? I'm not okay. I'm really not okay. And be real.
Yeah.
But to be real means you really have to understand and know thyself, because there's lots of connotations behind being true and authentic.
You know what happens, Snoopy, and Vanessa can speak to this because I'm a physician, have been a physician for 33 years now. And, we've been involved in a physician healthcare professional marriage. And my dad and mom, my dad was a physician, which is kind of where I got my interest from him. But unfortunately, they were married for a long time, but it just was not a very functional marriage, and certainly not the kind of a marriage that I ever foresaw Vanessa and I having. And fortunately, we've worked very hard at keeping our relationship something that's just incredibly special.
So that takes awareness, though, doesn't it?
Yes.
Takes awareness. So Vanessa, go.
It takes awareness, but it also takes courage.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Because not only do you need to tune into yourself, but you also need to tune into your spouse.
Yeah.
We all have things from childhood that we carry into our relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're very touchy about certain things, whatever our stuff is, right? Mm. And if our partner happens to bring something up that touches on that, it could blow up. And then the defenses are flying, and then they're not talking to each other because of misperception.
Yeah. Yeah.
And misunderstanding. Yeah. And I know we go through it. We've been going through it especially hard for the last, I'd say, month or so. We're trying to sell our house, and we have a buyer that's been difficult. And his triggers have been flipped on a daily basis. I mean, and I'm like, wait a minute.
And breathe.
What happens is, breathe. Of course it does. Life can bite you in the ass. I get that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's I guess, do you know what? Everything you've just said, it just reminded me of something just then. This is not just about a connection between in a marriage or in a relationship like this. This is connection to thyself as well as somebody else. And that could be platonic, it could be romantic, it could be your spouse, it could be anybody, actually. It's not unique to a married couple. And I think these extraneous pressures that can really drag you down, fuck it off. You can't change some of these things. The only things you have control over is how you respond to it as opposed to react. And that's your power. That's always your superpower, which is, okay, it might sound, oh, it's easy for you to say, or it's really easy just to say those words. No, I'm living proof of this. And that is what enables you to shift that perspective and truly see it from somebody else's perspective. That's
you
what I
know,
feel.
Unfortunately, and Vanessa has brought this up many times, and she's exactly right, is that the training that you and I have been through, and people that do what we do, people in the healthcare profession, it can be dehumanizing, and especially in regards to yourself, because when you're going through training, if something happens to you personally, you just have to kind of push that off. Now,
You got to suck it up. You got to suck it up.
If you're in a
move on. Yes.
if you're in a relationship, that has to be secondary. Well,
yes.
So you throw up these walls, instead of, there may be one, but then after a while, something else comes up, and then you have this column of wall behind wall behind wall. And so there are layers that develop. And then when you're in practice, you start in practice, which is kind of when the rubber even meets the road even more, to try to unravel all of those layers. It's just more difficult, and it seems that our time is at a premium, and it's easy enough for us not to prioritize our relationships. And it's so unfortunate, because it doesn't have to be that way.
I have another I have another F word for you. It just came to me. We flip off each other's triggers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's when I'm going to bring it back a step, actually. It's more than a relationship with others. Turn that right back into, fuck it off, focus, breathe, and flip it to, what is the relationship with yourself first? Because if you haven't got your relationship with yourself sorted, you're damn well not going to make the relationship with somebody else work. You've got to understand. I think it's, and this is why, I get really fine. I'm gonna like, yes. These are my curlers, by the way. I'm obsessed with them. I get very emphatic with my curlers. Yes. Own your needs.
I thought there were scissors there for a minute.
What is that?
Oh my god, my curlers! I'll show you. I stick them in. I just love it. Anyway, watch. They're brilliant. Totally going off tangent, and then you just twist. From Amazon. Man. I should basically do like an Amazon.
So that's why your hair is so awesome looking.
I need to do that, because mine will just curl right around those things and look awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've got naturally wavy hair. Anyway, we are totally digressing. But then, I mean, I'd leave it in for longer, obviously. I can't believe I'm showing you this live. Holy fuck, man.
Come on, Noopy, we're family.
I know. That's why do you know what? That's why I'm doing it, because it doesn't even feel like, oh shit, we're on live right now.
Right.
Ow, I always get tangled. Ouch. That's not meant to happen. You're not meant to rip your hair. But see, there you go. A little bit of a curl. There you are.
Yeah,
so anyway, what was I saying? You have the relationship with yourself. I was getting very emphatic. If you are not caring for self, truly taking absolute ownership of your needs, because especially the point that you brought up, Jeep, is so critical here, because the qualities, I guess, that bring us into a healthcare profession, it doesn't matter whether you're a doctor or a nurse, whatever that role is, it's caregiving, isn't it? It's looking at other people's needs before your own. And that's what you kind of, the patient comes first. Of course they do. That's what we do, but not at the expense of self. And I think what happens is the qualities that make you, in my opinion anyway, the type of doctor that my dad would always, my dad's a GP. Yeah. He was actually an ENT surgeon, and then he chose general practice afterwards. And he would always say to me, Nippy, you can have as much knowledge as possible, but the bedside manner is old school. The bedside manner is the crux of the craft of medicine.
Yes.
And that is so true.
It is.
It doesn't matter. You can have the book knowledge, but it's the ability to connect with another person.
You sound like me talking.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think doctors are starving for that so badly because of
that is the thing. Sorry, Vanessa. I'm just getting very passionate and very.
I know you do get passionate. It's the corporatization of healthcare. You've been having this in the UK for way longer than we have in the US.
Yeah.
But it takes the humanity out of medicine, and it turns patients into numbers, and the doctors want to be
No.
And the doctors want to be doctors and take care of their.
Who says you can't be? That's my point.
Right.
I challenge that every single time, because these are the qualities that draw you into the profession.
Yep.
This, compassion, your empathy, your listening skills, tuning in, grit, determination. It's a long haul thing. It's, as my dad always used to say, and he's still alive. I don't mean used to say. My dad would say to me,
sure.
It's a vocation.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But not at the expense of self, because you're not superhuman. Nobody is. Correct. Be it man, be it woman. But then this conditioning that starts happening, you go from 5 years of medical school, then into the junior doctor training years, which is a minimum 5 years if you're going into general practice, 10, 11 plus if you're going into hospital medicine. Oh, this is you're in it for the long haul.
Right.
And that's all the junior doctor training years. Holy crap. If you're lucky, you'll get away as a woman without the sexism, without the, go and just flash your boobies to the radiographer because you'll get the x-ray done or whatever. Mm-hmm. And at the time, you're kind of like, this is a real life story. I was just like, what? Okay. But no, fuck off. But it's really, it's very male dominated, essentially. It still is to this day. And I'm nearly 50 and I can say this. It's incredible. And actually, it doesn't take much to go, well, it took burnout for me, because those same qualities that I value were also a double-edged sword. It basically brought me to my knees because I do care and I want to do it this way, but it was also my perfectionism, type A personality, all of that underlying stuff that basically, brought me to my knees as well. And it's understanding that and going, no. The way you care for your patients, you got to do you first. And that's not just unique to healthcare. That is humanity. That is baseline human needs. And doctors are no less. They're the worst at looking after themselves.
Oh,
that's
terrible.
That's the problem.
And my dad's still alive.
Sorry, I've just been
he just turned 90 and phenomenal physician. I learned so much from him. And he said exactly the things that your dad told you. But however, he is an example. Here he is 90 years old. And, when we get to that age, you'd like to have some vision ahead of time to where when you get that age, you're not going to have a whole lot of regrets. Yeah. And here he is now at 90, just thinking about the relationship that he had with my mother. And
Oh.
it could have been so much better, but he was consumed with medicine and then other things, and really did not know how to have a relationship. And so he's in I won't say a spiral, but but there's a lot of regret, and I see that, and I'm like, I don't want, if I'm lucky to get to an age like that, I don't want to be thinking, I don't want to be bemoaning what Vanessa and I could have had that didn't have. And
Fuck that. Live it. Live it. Live it now.
Yes.
Live
Which
it
is
now.
what we do.
Yeah.
Which is what we do and what we
Yeah.
try to teach other physicians. But
Yeah.
sadly, there's so many of us out there that think like him. It's, oh, well, my relationship's not a priority, or I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. And it's just, it's so sad.
Yeah,
It's
it is
terrible.
sad. Yeah.
Definitely.
But then, you know what? I think sometimes you can't, I think it's accepting the fact that not everybody is going to feel the same way or are able to tune in and go, no, my needs matter. And so be it. You can only guide. And that is, as a patient, doing this with patients, doing it with clients, there is only so much you can do. You can show people, you can learn from each other, but not everybody's at that level where they want to, that they're ready to deep dive, because this means, what does it mean? It means facing your shadow shit. It means facing the deeper levels, the root cause of where this is coming from. And not everybody's prepared to do that.
Yep.
No. Vulnerability.
It's vulnerability. It's embracing your vulnerability. Absolutely. And this is why that's on my F list. So the last one on my F list is fabulous, because you are fabulous as you are in the here and the now, irrespective of what else is going on. Never forget how fucking fabulous you are. And the ownership side of things comes from, no, I will put my needs first because I want to claim it, because I'm so fucking worth it. Like, I'm worth it. Yeah, worth it. Oh yeah. As opposed to, I'm so worth it. No, own it. Be sassy with it, as a man and a woman. And that's
absolutely,
but I think it just takes, sometimes it takes hitting that rock bottom and coming through. And I guess that's why I'm so passionate about sharing my burnout story, not just because I'm sharing a story, but because that changed my life. It transformed me. It woke me up to source. It woke me up to the universe. It woke me up to magic, which was always there. It woke me up really to what it means to be aligned and harnessing that for yourself, because it's possible. It really, truly is. And I always say this, I'm not bullshitting on this. This is truth. This is my truth. And I'm living proof of it, as are my patients who I've done exactly the same thing with. And that's how people transform. Anyway, I feel like I've just taken shed loads of time here talking.
No, you haven't.
No, I have. I've just gone. No. When we talk about stuff like this, I can't help it. Oh, sorry, I'm back. I was just picking up a thingy.
But everything that you say, everything that you've said, it resonates. And you're exactly right. There's just too many of us that say. I had a friend one time that gave me this it's something that you put a hot plate on. It's a,
Mm.
you can put it on the,
Oh, is it like a Wendy?
Yeah, right,
A
exactly.
lazy Wendy or a lazy
Well, what it
Susan?
said on there was round to it. Like I said, we'll get around to it. And I'm like,
Yes.
yes, that is so exact. And that's what I feel like we do. So many of us do with our relationships. We'll get around to it. We'll get around to it. So
It's about
years go,
prioritizing, isn't it?
years go by, and then you're looking back. Where did all the time go? Why didn't I pay more attention to this? And it's I want to give out so many of these round to it to get people to try to get a grip and understand, because like you said, this is reachable.
Yeah.
Is it going to take some work? Sure, but the result and the reward is it's hard to put into words.
Yeah.
Really.
I get
it
that.
really is.
And it's not also just the it's not just the relationship. It's the relationship with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore the relationship with others, including the family, including that ripple effect that goes out beyond what you can even see or notice. It impacts how you deliver patient care, for heaven's sake. It impacts how you are with colleagues, with every... I can't speak highly of... I can't express how important this is to tune into that for yourself, because the impact that actually has across the board, it's incredible. And I think
incredible.
Yeah, which is why I get so lost in talking about this, because I guess I've lived and breathed it myself. I've shared it and taught other people in terms of their health issues, just as a regular GP, nothing fancy, just, doing my day in, day out. But the day in, day out were with communities that were extremely deprived, safeguarding children, domestic abuse, and deprivation medicine, trauma. This is where this comes from, because I've seen firsthand how much this understanding of self can change somebody's life. Fuck me, that's worth it every single time. And I know I'm not conventional, but I don't give a shit.
Who wants to be conventional?
Yeah, exactly. Not me. How many GPs do you know that call themselves the glitter practitioner, for heaven's sake? That's what my patients actually said to me, not me. This is not just a branding thing. It's exactly what my patients, it's what I feel when I see the light come back in somebody's eyes. That's the real glitter. And I've always done my eyes like this, always. So it's how people go, can I see that doctor with the glittery eyes, please? Yeah. And then the third reason is because patients would also say it's like you sprinkle magic glitter with the words, the way you put it. You don't treat us like a piece of shit, is what I used to work in gangster land, seriously. And it's humanity. It's bringing that humanity back into healthcare. Totally sidetracked on this, but that takes also be real, and I guess it's apply that to self. You can only give if you are looking after your own needs first.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I know. I love what I do, and I do. I really do. It is my passion and it's my purpose. And I see so many people in our profession going, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Just turn into a robot.
Almost. Exactly. True. Well, it's like, I don't know what else I'm going to do. So I guess I'm just going to have to go with the flow, even though it's destroying me. I'm going to do it.
Your life is worth everything. It doesn't matter. You've worked this hard for this long.
Yeah.
Follow your passions. Follow what it is that lights you up.
Yes.
Is what I always say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's how I pivoted. I love what I do, but I still pivoted a year and a half, 2 years ago, because the environment wasn't conducive to me flourishing forward. Am I going to give up my passion for that? No fucking way I'm not. No. I believe in what I do too much.
But you love people. I mean, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I love people. That's why I'm a family doc.
Yes.
I love people. I love, it's what does family mean? General mean. It means that you get to know everybody from different backgrounds, different socioeconomic, different intelligence levels. You get to know the grandfather and the grandmother all the way down to the grand.
Yeah.
And I thrive on that. And then at the end of the day, they come up to you and they say, I don't know what I'd do without you. Oh, you mean you'll never understand how much you mean to me. And it's like I get chills just even saying.
That's the fizz tingles. I know. Yes.
Yeah. To know that you've made a difference in somebody's life. It's
the music, by the way, is Russ's way of going, okay, time to wrap it up, Loopy. Time to wrap it up. Oh, it's not fair. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I feel like we've not really spoken.
That's my brother. That's my brother talking.
I'm so sorry, you two, because I feel like I've just gone.
Hey, that's what this is all about. It's a give and take,
Yeah, this is, I guess, I know what you guys do, and I think it's incredible. And I know how hard that is as well, because sometimes people are not necessarily ready for that. And
true.
It's a recognition that physicians, medics are the worst, actually. But maybe anybody listening into this will go, you know what? That has made me go, that means I value my needs. That's the whole point of this. This is why I love having you guys back on all the time. It's true.
Well, we love you and we love being with you.
Such a pleasure.
It always is. And we love that masked man behind the curtain. The great and powerful Russ.
It's like the Wizard of Oz. Oh my goodness me, I can't believe you said that. I was messaging about the Wizard of Oz earlier going, I'm melting because it's so hot. And I was like, bonus points if you know which film I'm talking about. And this person was like, is it this? And I'm like, no, God. and then he got it. And then he got it. It was
yeah.
Oh, thank you for joining me today. I wish we could talk for longer. I really do. But that's okay. We can always have a part 4. I think it's part 4.
Absolutely.
That sounds awesome.
Very quickly, tell everybody, I know Russ and Eva will be putting all your contact details here, but just give everybody a quick snippet of how they can get hold of you.
They can go to our website. We are Dr. Jeep and Vanessa. You can access the website from our name. Also, our business is called Best Friends Again. And schedule a free chat.
I will say that upcoming in July and then in September, Vanessa and I will be first on a live web conference called License to Live that's put on by a dear friend of ours by the name of Jarrett Patton, Dr. Jarrett Patton. So we'll be giving a talk, and then we're going to be at the renowned Women in Medicine Summit in Chicago in September, where we're going to be doing a breakout session about about exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Can I piggyback? I want to come with you.
That was all done through a contact from doing a podcast like what we're doing with you. And
good for you.
We're very much looking forward to that.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing. Oh, I'm so proud of you both. Yes. Good for
Yeah.
you. I'm going to message you later going, can I come along for a ride?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We will have you. In fact, I'll ride in the front and
Shameless.
you can ride up with Vanessa.
Yeah, but it's true because to understand the whole relationship dynamics, boom, you kind of got to get with the effing first as well. We need to collaborate, basically, which is
Yes,
what we've said before,
absolutely.
which is what we've always said. Anyway, thank you, and thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are
God bless
amazing.
you, dear. Until the next time.
Yeah, in about a month's time. Oh, don't go anywhere because I'll come and join you in the green room.
Okay.
Oh my goodness me. I totally hijacked that conversation. I know I did. I absolutely adore Jeep and Vanessa. They are the most incredible people. So if you are a physician and are maybe hitting a bit of a rough patch, perhaps, just get in touch with them. Seriously, they are the dog's bollocks, is what I would say. Thank you for watching this episode today. And just as a quick reminder, you can find me here on LinkedIn every Monday at 8 p.m. GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And you can also get hold of me you'll find me, I should say, on LinkedIn. No, I've already said LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and I always forget one, Instagram. So all under the Glitter Practitioner. And you can also get hold of me. Pretty much I live on LinkedIn. So direct message me or book or schedule a completely free Physessence consultation with me on my Calendly app. Thank you for joining me this week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.